Welcome back to Project 94 for another Diecast review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at another exclusive diecast to the 2023 NASCAR Authentics Winner Circle Advent Calendar. Yes, I am going to be reviewing all of these cars. Here is Chris Buescher and his 2022 Fifth Third Bank Tribute, number 17 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing. This is a really cool car that was initially DMP'd but revived by this pack. So here it is. I really like this diecast because it's a tribute paint scheme to Matt Kenseth's 2012 Fifth Third Bank paint scheme, which is a diecast I never had. So to have it on a Gen 7 Chris Buescher diecast for RFK Racing is pretty cool. This car ran in the Martinsville race last year, the playoff race. Of course, he was eliminated by then. Of course, this was the infamous race where Ross Chastain rode the wall to make it to the championship 4, Christopher Bell winning, so a lot of things happened. But this was one of the cool paint schemes in that race, so this is one of the cars that you're going to be able to get in the Advent Calendar exclusively. We started off with the Ross Chastain diecast, and as for these cars being a surprise, everyone knows these cars now. People have been posting them, so I figured might as well go reviewing these cars slowly here on the channel. And not a bad one to continue reviewing these with. This is a really cool paint scheme for Chris Buescher. I really like the design of it. The blue, green, and white go really well together. It looked good in 2012, and it sure does look good on this Ford Mustang here in 2023. So, without further ado, let's get this diecast out of the box and ready to be reviewed. So here's the diecast out of the box. Here it is. We can get the camera to zoom in. It's a very cool diecast. I like the colors on it. The color scheme just works out really good. The original number 17 font being used. Man, this is a true throwback right here. This would have looked cool at Darlington as well, but this ran in the Martinsville race. And of course, Matt Kenseth has been inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame, which is really, really cool to see that on there. So without further ado, let's get this diecast review on. So you have number 17, RFK, and we got ourselves one of the weirdest decal issues I've ever seen. Like, look at that. Is that like Sharpie or something? What in the world happened to this car, you guys? Like, you got some weird, like, decal, like, black splotches right there, and then another piece of broken off decal. Man, that is unfortunate. Rather unfortunate, because the rest of this car, quality-wise, looked pretty good. Should be an easy fix with some dark blue paint, but man, that is just Lino Racing, even in the Advent Calendar, you guys, so you're really rolling the dice in terms of what kind of quality diecast you're going to get. You got Ford right there. You have Fifth Third Bank with the 2022 events, because remember, this is a 2022 diecast, remind me so I don't forget, because we reviewed a lot of 2023 diecasts. Of course, you got Fifth Third Bank right there. You got Ford. You have Sunoco. You have Goodyear right there. You have the yellow Goodyears on the rims with the dark gray rims with the yellow Goodyear printing on the wheels, I meant to say. And, of course, you have the Goodyear printing in yellow on the fender. Got NASCAR Cup Series. You have number 17 right there. And wait a second. I just noticed this. There are no Chris Buescher name decals on this car. Nowhere. I know there's no banners and stuff, but like over the bay pillar right there, no name. That's strange. You have Ford Fifth Third Bank, Wyndham Rewards, and you're gonna have Castro right there. You have Fifth Third Bank, Matt Kenseth's signature. You have, let's see, NASCAR Hall of Fame of Charlotte. Then you're gonna have Class of 2023. You have Mac Tools, Doosan and Siemens. You have Fastenal right there, the quarter panel. We head over to the back of this diecast, and we're going to have Fifth Third Bank right there on the back. RFK, number 17. And, of course, you're going to have the Ford Michigan license plate with the 2022 sticker on there. No rear view camera on this. You have Fifth Third Bank right there, which is hugging the part of the top of the deck lid right there. It's kind of a high decal placement. You have Fifth Third Bank right there. F153.com. They could have just put a slash right there to make it fit third, but that's just the way they did the website. And the number 17 on the top. And of course, it's an Authentics car, so no banners, white chassis and such. Or roll cage, I meant to say. The black chassis is still there. Without further ado, it's time for the paint scheme. So we got the classic number 17 Roush Fenway Racing font. You have the, let's see. It's almost like a light green mixed with a forest green. It's a pretty interesting green color. Then you're going to have that as the outline. And then you're going to have the dark blue outline with the white number fill-in. And the green matches the green that's on the stripes. That really interesting, like lime green, forest green, like tree leaf green. Very interesting shade of green being used on this diecast for the color scheme of the car itself and its numbers. And it looks like the 17 is the same, except the green is much more bolder on the door numbers than it is on the top. You can kind of see like there's a line that goes through the 1 and the 7, whereas it's fully together on the side. And it's going to have a bit of a blue outline behind it. You can see a little stripe right there underneath the 17 right there. Kind of cuts off the stripes because there's an outline to it, so the 17 isn't cutting through the stripe design right there. That's why that design choice was done. 17 on the front there as well. Looks to be the same. Just about. Now for the paint scheme itself. It's going to start out in the front right here with the black splitter. Of course, the black spoiler out back. The black roof rails. And on the front of it, you're going to have the 2 stripes starting by the upper OEM details, which is over the little turn signal and on the headlight of the Ford Mustang. Remember, this paint scheme was initially designed for a 2012 Ford Fusion. Now it's just on the Ford Mustang. Okay, so you're going to have the white outline, and of course the thin stripe is going to be the white, and the thick stripe is going to be the green. The white is just kind of an outline color to it, and it's got a bit of a shadow. Does it have a shadow to it? I know the camera's making it look like there's a black line right there, but if you look at it in real life, there's sort of... Okay, now I see it. You see like how there's like a bit of a black line? It's probably just the decal paper right there making it look like that. But nonetheless, you have the 2 stripes on there. And because it's driving forward, they are slashing. Looks like just like a fast graphic. Like it's just whew, on the front right there. Pretty cool looking green and white stripes. And of course, the main portion of the hood is all that dark blue color right there. Which is pretty nice. The stripes and the blue match the color of the logo itself, which is very awesome. And it's very clean looking. You can even see the stripes. Looking at it from the side, you could still see the front stripes on there, which is very awesome. On the side of this thing, you're going to have a very simple swoop stripe on the side. Of course, with the thick white outline. And of course, the thickest stripe in green right there. It's not straight. It's slanted. That's the way it's supposed to be designed. That's how it was back then. It just makes it look more like the car is leading into the wind, which I really like. It's a really cool design technique they did with the stripes right there. Simple, but it's also, in a way, you know, just unique. So you got that stripe going on. It's going to be over the black side markers. Most of the rest of the car is just all blue. It's very simple. The base color of blue is still going to be that same color. It's going to go from the sides of the car onto the deck lid and onto the back. We're going to have that green bumper with the white stripe right there that is sort of cut off by the taillights. And the upper part, of course, was blue. And on the deck lid, it's blue as well. And all blue on the top right there also. With the black roof rails. And that right there is the paint scheme right here. So this car back in 2012, this was Matt Kenseth's Fifth Third Bank. So Fifth Third Bank has been sponsoring Roush for a while. And they stuck on for the RFK era. I don't blame them because it's a really cool... It's a cool era to be a part of, the RFK era of the Roush racing team, which they are slowly stepping their game back up since the early 2000s and the mid-2010s. You know, they were a really good team back in the day. They fell off for quite a while. I would probably say more early 2010s because the mid-2010s, like 2015, 16, they started really falling off in performance. But then Brad Keselowski came along to be a part owner and all that stuff. Very cool to see that, man. Really awesome to see this team climb their way back to the top. And to have a tribute paint scheme to one of their better drivers is very cool. You know, Matt Kenseth One of the legendary drivers at Roush gets a tribute paint scheme with the future Matt Kenseth, Chris Buescher. How cool is that? I still find it funny that they didn't put his name on the window right there. I don't know if it's an error or it's not supposed to be there. I mean, it is a calendar car and it was initially canceled, so they probably don't have every detail of that car. This is probably at its prototype stage for all I know, but yeah, guys, fact check me. Did this car actually run with the name right there? Does yours have it? Or whenever you unbox your box in December, is it going to have that name on there? Please let me know in the comment section down below on that. But as I do the 360 view, I really like having this car because I never had the original 2012 paint scheme of Matt Kenseth's fifth third bank car. And it's just another different fifth third bank diecast for the number 17. And, you know, this sponsor never disappoints with their paint schemes. I think they've all been pretty good so far. I've liked every single one. You know, they've been pretty consistent with interesting designs that they keep it fresh every year. And this 2012 livery sure does stand out, even in the modern day. It looked great on that old 2012 Ford Fusion, and it sure does look great on this 2023 Ford Mustang right here. 2022 Mustang, I meant to say. Gotta remember, 2022 diecast. It's just kind of the way it is. It's 2023 at the time of this recording, but we're still catching up on some of the paint schemes that we did not get last year. So I thought this diecast was gone. Once they canceled it, I thought they were never going to make it, and sure enough, it lands in the advent calendar, and now here it is in the diecast review studio. So what do you guys think about this Chris Buescher diecast? Of course, there's a biofuel logo right there. What do you guys think about it? Is it worth getting it in this advent calendar? Do you wish you had this diecast? Do you plan on picking it up somehow? What's your opinion of it? Do you guys like this paint scheme? You have any good memories of this fifth third bank paint scheme in 2012? You know, stuff like that. I'd like to hear stuff like that in the comments down below, because this is a very, very interesting historical piece of diecast right here, paying tribute to Matt Kenseth. So if you're a Matt Kenseth fan and you want to get this car, definitely find a way to pick it up. The main way you're going to do it is in the advent calendar. But yeah, guys, this car is definitely worth getting somehow. So that is going to be Chris Buescher in his 2022 fifth third bank Matt Kenseth tribute from 2012 Ford Mustang number 17 for RFK Racing. A very, very cool diecast. I like the design of it. It's a really special tribute to Matt Kenseth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed this diecast review. Comment, like, and subscribe, and please share this video and all the videos with your friends and family so we can have some more followers here on Project 94. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts. And we're getting up there in likes and subscriptions, so keep that up as well.